All right. Peace, family. What's going on? Welcome to Sincere Love the Godcast. And this is the Black Business Showcase, our Thursday night Black Business Showcase that we do each and every Thursday night right here on Sincere Love the Godcast, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. You know what I'm talking about? Got my co-host in the building with me. How you doing, nicely, girl?
I'm good. How are you? How's everybody out there?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
Glad you all are joining us. Glad you all are here rocking with us tonight. We got a special guest in the building tonight. I'm gonna let my sister do the honors as far as the intro and all that. You know what I'm saying? Since you you brought the brother to the table, you brought him to my attention, so I'll let you do the honors and get him on.
Awesome. Well, tonight, guys, I want to introduce you guys to someone I actually met on social media myself, right when he kind of first began. So this is probably going to be 3-4 years ago. I kind of saw his post on social media. So I was like, well, let me get him over here to do some stuff. I had my carpet cleaned, initially. And then from there, I was still watching him, my carpet and my furniture clean, actually. And I kept watching him, and he started to build even more beyond just doing carpet, because that's all he was doing. Not all, but that's what he was doing initially. Then he started doing flooring and painting, and then I own my place, so I started, needed some little work done. Let me call my brother, see how good he is with, this other stuff. And one, the professionalism, on time, great communication, and I mean, superb work. And I'm not doing that or saying that to blow smoke, but superb work. And he has a great team. They're professional, whether they're with him or not. His name is Mr. Jamaal Lucas, better known as the Cleanup Man. And you guys, please give a round of applause as we bring him into the show. Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate you joining us tonight, brother.
All right.
How you doing out there on the West Coast? What's going on out there?
At my best always. Just got back from being in the field. Not in that much these days, but today I was out there with my guys, and it feels good. It feels good. I'm good. Everything is great. Family great. I'm great.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity.
We appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule to do it. I mean, although you're not in the field as much, I know that doesn't mean business is still not being handled. And plus, you got the family, the baby. So,
Oh yeah. Full-time father, full-time business. Wife has a business, so we always working.
I saw that too. So we definitely want to touch on that so that we can, of course, have people, check out what she's doing. What's new? Of course, I'm watching, so I already know. And congratulations on the next, multi-million-dollar mission. Okay.
Absolutely. Family is business. Family is business. That's what That's what the purpose of building a family is. You know what I'm saying? Create a legacy. You know what I'm saying? And so I want you to talk a little bit about that, man. What's it like? Because I was going to say juggling the two, but since I've been tapped in with you, I've been looking at your page and everything, and it seems like you kind of have the family and the business all integrated. You know what I'm saying? Along with even the pleasure and working out, and you know what I'm saying? You got the whole family doing everything together, and I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? So talk about why that was important and how that came about and all that.
Well, understanding different phases of my life and seeing how in order for all the phases to work good, they all had to work in sync. My whole goal was making sure everything worked together, like everybody was on board on the same page. I sit down and talk to my kids every Sunday about what's going on in my business. I talk to them about encouraging them to have a business, to be a business owner, to be an owner. I encourage them to, look at me as the example, and I try to lead by example, not just telling my kids what to do, but I'm not doing it. And I just see how if you have everything in sync, everything flows smoother. So my wife is a homemaker, but she has recently established her business, and her being a homemaker worked because I'm a person that was like old fashioned workaholic. I'll take care of everything. You just make sure my house is good. Not that's your place, but that's because I know I can take care of the other stuff. So that worked out. I think the key to it too is not forcing it, doing what comes natural. My, my relationship with my wife was something that wasn't forced. It happened naturally. I tell people all the time, she's a complete woman. I'm a complete man, meaning that I'm fully masculine. She's fully feminine. So we complement each other. We have our kids. We both wanted a family. We both wanted to be in our family's lives. We both wanted to be dedicated to that. We both want to build. When you let things happen naturally, everything just flows in harmony. So kind of like to sum up what I wanted to say, I think the best way to say is how I did it was I just let it happen. I didn't force it. I didn't go looking for the perfect mate. I didn't go looking for the perfect thing. As far as my business, I got into it because it was one of the, I think, easiest things to invest in. I started off cleaning, like she said, carpet, and I began to expand from there because I knew I'll eventually leave my job and I would need something to keep me more busier. So I just started adding more different services to keep the job going and keep it busier. But everything just flowed naturally. Everything just flowed naturally. It was like a natural course of events that happened. And I think that's just the best way to do it. Just let it flow naturally. Live from the heart. And that's it. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. And that's what my book talks about. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, but live from the heart and everything will just fall in place.
And we're gonna definitely get into the book in a little bit too, man. But I like what I'm hearing. For those of y'all that's just joining, man, we chopped it up with the brother Jamaal Lucas of Clean Up Man Inc. And we're gonna get into everything that it took for him to go on his entrepreneurial journey. So we appreciate y'all joining us. But yeah, what I'm hearing from you right there, man, there's some metaphysics involved in that, man. We talk about the law of attraction and being what you want to see in the world and also being what you want to attract to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so when you say, just let it happen and it came natural, it was about you becoming your complete self, and then everything else kind of fell in place for you. So that's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Seeing you as a leader in your family.
Right. And don't get it wrong. When I say let it happen, I'm not just letting things take place however they want to. I'm saying let my natural self be who I naturally be. Because a lot of people are forcing certain circumstances. They might be something that somebody else kind of wants them to be, or they might want to do something that somebody else kind of wants them to do. But I'm genuinely doing things that I want to do. I had a job, and while I was working my job, I worked on my business. When I'm done with my job and I said the job is getting in the way of my business, I naturally left my job. I walked away from it. See, I told you what's gonna happen.
No, that's what's up. We love that. We love that. But was that part of the plan when you were working the job? Was it always part of your plan to start the business?
I actually told my last job was a CNC machinist. And before I got that job, I went to a 7-month training at a school called NTMA. It's a trade school. And I told them when they let everybody introduce themselves, I told them plainly, I'm only here to get a job to fund my business. Nope. And the reason why I said that, because I had got low to a point where I just needed to start from scratch. And because I needed to start from scratch, what I did was I started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the quote that stuck out in my head was, go to work, mind your business. So I decided to go to work and mind my business. I always had side hustles, but this time I was going to be serious about it. So I went and got me a trade, and I worked so that I can fund my business. So I told my class that before I even got a job. I told them the first day I went to class that I'm only here to get a job, to be able to help build my business and eventually be independent and run my own business.
It's funny because one of my questions that I was going to ask you was, what have you read or listened to recently that inspired you? But I guess, Rich Dad, Poor Dad was one that inspired you, and, some of the quotes from that. So I can cross that question off. How did you become an expert in your craft?
Okay. just by trial and error and by being hands-on. I found out, like, growing up, I was always real into books and I was always like an honor student. But I found out that that really wasn't my passion. Like I said, going back to before, being naturally you, I'd rather work with my hands or work hands-on. So that took me to be working in a refinery. I worked in a refinery before, and then like my last job was a CNC machinist. And while I was doing that job, I was doing carpet cleaning, and I realized that I liked it being involved, and I didn't like the classroom setting. So I didn't really go to college. I did try junior college. It didn't really work for me because it was too boring. But I just realized my natural self, I like to be hands-on. So I learned from the different fields that I was in. I was, like I said, I was a boilermaker, pipe fitter. Those are the main two things I did in the refinery. Then as a machinist, I learned a lot about a lot of different tools. So I just took all the knowledge of all the little jobs I had over the years and I started applying it. Me and my friend used to clean carpets in the summer for our family. So it was like, okay, let's turn it into a business. He didn't take it as serious. I did. So I did it on and off until recently when I actually start taking it serious, when I seen how profitable it could be. And then adding the other stuff, like I said, I'm a hands-on learner. So I just start studying and, like I said, taking little experiences from the past and adding it to that. I've always worked in construction jobs because I was just a person that always had something. I knew how to paint. I knew how to build. I knew how to work my hands. I'm not saying I'm a carpenter. I'm not saying I'm a journeyman, but I knew the basics. I knew enough to get me in the door, and I was hungry enough to learn enough to make it profitable.
Right, which is good because again, someone that recently came on the forefront, which is Kwame Brown. He's always talking about bringing trades back into the school.
Right.
When I was coming up, we had all of that in middle school. So the trade started in seventh grade for us. We had welding, we had plumbing, we had electrician, we had wood shop, everything. And by the time I got to maybe, I'll say 10th grade or so, they removed it from the school. Maybe ninth grade, 10th grade.
See, I think my era was when it started to phase out. And when I was in school, in junior high, they did have home economics still. They did have wood shop, but I could never get those classes because I was an honor roll student. So they didn't want me doing the physical work. They put me in the honors classes, which like hurt me because, like you said, when you get out of high school, you don't have no trades. And I feel like learning how to work with your hands it stimulates your mind even more. You become more quicker. I tell my guys all the time, you nothing in this business if you don't know how to think on your feet, if you don't know how to improvise.
Right.
It takes quick thinking because you're not going to always have the proper tools. You're not going to always be in the best situations, and you still got to get this job done. So being in the field, being hands-on is actually more stimulating than being in a classroom setting. So that's why I gravitated towards it. Like I said, again, just naturally going in the direction that life was sending me because inside me, that's what I really wanted.
Right. Do you train your staff, your workers?
I do hands-on training. I'm constantly training myself so that I can constantly pass that training on to them. My goal really is to start getting kids at the age of as young as 14 to 16 and have them with a trade by the time they graduate, be able to hire them, be able to employ them, or be able to help them start their own business.
Come get mine.
As an independent contractor.
Indeed. And we definitely want to talk about your work with the young people as well. But just for clarity's sake, I want you to kind of break down exactly what it is that your business consists of, because we're talking about trades and working with your hands and everything, but just to clear it up for the audience, because you got a couple of different things going on. You're not just cleaning carpets, you're doing different things. So explain to the audience exactly what the Cleanup Men Inc. is all about.
So the name came from cleaning carpet. That's why it's Cleanup Men. So a lot of people still hit me and think I do maid service and all this, but it really came from cleaning carpet. So that's the clean part. But I looked at Cleanup Man as a phrase that can cover everything. We clean up good. We take care of business, so to speak. So what we do is what I call light handyman and home improvement type of work. But I pick specific areas to do because handyman is very broad and it's a lot of stuff you can do. And it's a lot of stuff that I'm not actually certified in and I don't touch because I don't like to play experiments with people's home. So what we do specifically is carpet, upholstery, area rug cleaning. Then when it comes to handyman, we do install and assembly. We keep it real basic because we found out that it's a lot of basic things that people need. Being in LA, a lot of single females that need help with a lot of things that may seem basic and simple, but they just don't have either the time or the manpower or anything to do it. So we wanted to fill that void by doing assemblies. They need beds put together. They need furniture that they ordered put together. They need TVs mounted on the wall. They need just basically their house decorated by putting up things on the wall, installing shelves, and make sure it's done properly so it don't fall. Do things like that. Then, as far as the more skilled stuff, we do some things like, of course, carpet cleaning is more skilled, but then we do painting. We also do moving services. So we do a little bit of everything I say to keep us. My main goal was to get me in your house and keep me coming back to your house. If I couldn't do one thing here, I can do something here. If, like in California, a lot of the units are changing from carpet to hardwood. So I realized that over the years, and I was like, okay, if this carpet's gone, what else am I going to be able to come in here for? So there's couches, there's upholstery cleaning. I got the same equipment. I know how to do it. Let me push the upholstery cleaning. Okay, everybody's putting their TVs on the wall. Let me get in that way. Okay, if I get in and put your TV up, you got a couch. Maybe you want me next time to come and do your couch. So the objective was to anchor myself in with one service and to be able to keep coming back with the other services and to constantly have work.
Now, hearing you break this down, the question that's coming to me now is, did you have any prior business experience? Because you're dropping a lot of good business principles along, you know what I'm saying? Talking about getting customers, keeping customers. So did you have any prior business experience, and how did you go about building your clientele in the beginning?
Bro, I'd had no prior experience. I'm gonna tell you the best thing about life: experience is the best teacher, and it's it's expensive, but to me, I'd rather pay the price to learn by doing than going to school. Learn nothing against school, but I just feel like you can go to 4 years of college and you can still graduate. And this was told me when I graduated from ETMA. You go to 7 months, you get the accelerated training, but you're still an unexperienced person in that field. So after all this training and this money that you spent to get this certification, you still going out as unexperienced. The job market still thinks they can't trust you to a certain extent. You just got book knowledge. So I feel like actual experience in the field is the best experience. So I learned how to build my business by building my business. I learned by building the business, but I didn't just build. I also studied while I built. I study constantly. I study CEOs. I study millionaires. I'm a documentary addict. I study everybody from Rockefeller. I study everybody to Andrew Carnegie. I had the book on the Black Titan. I had the book on Reginald Lewis, who got me motivated and wanted to get into buyouts. I study. And I go out there and I do it. I study and I put it to practice. And over years, I mean, I made a lot of mistakes, bro. I made a lot of mistakes. I bumped my head a lot of times, a lot of frustration, a lot of crying nights, a lot of arguments with my wife, a lot of frustration on my kids. But it's all worth it because it was all for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. So to answer your question, I got it all on hands, all by running the business. That's how I learned everything that I know. What you hear right now is about 10 years of experience of just putting work in.
What is one myth about your industry or profession that you want to debunk?
That you ain't got to be Hector, and no offense to my Mexican. You got to be Hector to know how to do something else. That's the first thing. The second thing, you ain't got to be Charlie Ray with the overgrown knuckles and the ashy elbows to know how to build something. I tell my guys that the work that we do, if you was doing it every day for 3 months, you could become very skilled at it. Give it a year, you can become an expert at it because it's not that hard, especially if you like what you're doing. It's not very complicated. It just takes time of seeing and going through the motions of running into all the different things that will come. And then once you get used to it, after doing it for 3 months, you didn't probably run into every scenario you could see with that, like mounting TVs. Right. TVs for about 3 months straight. You're going to run into every type of wall, every type of stud, every type of screw, every type of mount you can use. And by that time, you're going to know exactly how to handle the situation. Learning hands-on is the best way. And yeah, you don't got to be Hector, and you don't got to be, Earl Ray with the big knuckles.
Man.
He actually mounted one of his workers actually mounted my TV, and the kid came in here and I said, "How old are you?"
Exactly.
He looked well, he was like, "I'm 19,"
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh, I can do this with my eyes closed." That's what he told me, and literally, pretty much with his eyes closed. I kid you not.
But
like
guess
it was
what?
in and out.
He couldn't do it before he met me, and that's what I like. I'm not giving myself the credit, but what I'm saying is that this is a skill that can be taught easily, and that empowered. They feel empowered. They feel like they got something.
Let me tell you, you can see the confidence in those kids. And I'm not calling them kids, though, they're young men. But you're talking about 18, 19 years old, and they're working full-time jobs. They have developed skills, and just the talk, conversations that I was having in between that, like I can just tell that they just feel like men. They feel confident, like I'm valued, I'm needed. I know how to do something, and I'm a master at it. That's a good feeling for a young Black male, I'm sure, and I saw it.
I think a business is the best mentorship program. I think it's the best ministry that a person could have, because it's honest and it's straightforward. Whatever you want out of this, what you put in is based on a contract. I hire you for something based on how I tell my guys. This is all merited based, meaning the better you are, the more you can get out of me. I tell them all the time, you want to make more money, then make yourself irreplaceable. Make yourself irreplaceable. Go above and beyond. A lot of the young don't understand what that means. They think, give me the money and I'm going to work hard. But it's a saying that Jim Ron has said. This is one of the guys I listen to. He said, you can't, or not Jim Ron, it was Earl Nightingale. He said, you can't look at the fireplace and say, give me fire. You got to put wood in it first.
Right.
Okay. And the more wood you put in, the hotter the fire is going to be. So that's the kind of concept I'm trying to get them to understand. Put the wood in, you'll get the fire.
Meaning put the work in.
Put the work in first. Go above first. I had to learn that. Running my business taught me better work ethic. That's another thing that our community lacks.
Right.
The thing in the Hispanic community that kind of trumps us is that even if they don't have the skill, a lot of them have the work ethic. Most of the time when it comes from being immigrant, but immigrants have a different work ethic, period. So I don't like to pin them against us, but us, we kind of a little bit more spoiled. So our work ethic is kind of like we want so much before we even prove we even worth anything. A lot of times, not all the time. So I try to teach my guys to create value first before you demand a price.
Exactly.
And also a lot of times the mentorship is not there as well. So that's why what you're doing is so important. You know what I'm saying? So elaborate on this a little bit more, but working with the youth, man, and why that was important to you to get them involved.
I'm gonna tell you why. First, the reason why I chose the youth is because working with cats my age who had children and a wife, to me, it wasn't good for my business because my business is not always steady. It goes up and down. So guys my age with wives and kids, they need stability. They need that steady thing. They got to work a certain amount because they got rent to pay and all that. So I chose guys that didn't have that responsibility, so they will have more flexibility with me to build my business, because I needed guys to understand this week might be 5 days, next week might be 3. But if you got bills to pay, I can't do that. Then they jump ship. So the younger guys don't jump ship as quick because they don't have as much liabilities. All my guys that work with me, I made sure they was between 18 and 21, made sure they had no children, made sure they had their license, and made sure they was mobile. But I kind of wanted them to live with their mom. I just want them to be able to learn before they go out and become adults and start doing the adult thing. So that's the real reason that motivate me for getting them. The plus or the incentive is being like a mentor to them. That wasn't the intention. That came with it. That's why I'm like, okay, I see now what it is. So now I'm more motivated to do it because of that. But it's off for me, like it was more of a better business decision. Let me get them young and unskilled, teach them a skill, kind of like cheaper labor, but also teaching them a skill so that they can become highly paid laborers or highly skilled laborers. And then on their way up, you know, I can build my business. That may sound crafty, but I feel like that's the best honest way to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking you in and paying you as unskilled, and I'm teaching you. So I'm giving you a chance. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do pay more than minimum wage as an incentive, because I want them to know that, look, you actually are working harder than the average person, but you're getting a skill at the same time. So I want you building towards a career if you want a career. So yeah, that's my main motivation. My main motivator was getting them young so that I wouldn't have people that couldn't function within our kind of unique schedule.
Right.
Mentorship was just a plus.
I love that part. That's the part I love the most, especially when I started to see you grow and I started to see the young guys. So I actually reached out to him and I said, "Hey, are you doing some apprenticeships or something like that?" I, DM'd him and he was like, "You know what? I'm working on that." Da, da, da. I was like, "Well, let me know because I got a big old football playing son." But I saw him gradually having the young guys there, and I was like, let me ask him what's going on with that, because I saw it.
Before I did have guys, and it was cool, but it was like more taxing, it was more demanding. It was just more it's a small business growing. I don't have a lot of guarantees, but what I can, I'm gonna be honest with you. Every day I'm gonna make sure I have your money, and I'm gonna make sure that I just be transparent. But it's a small family owned business. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have to say, hey, we got to shut it down for this period. It's slow. When Corona hit, it didn't actually slow down. It actually sped up. But after that year, Corona, which came into 2021, once everything started getting smoothed out, then it started to slow. So it was like, I guess after all the money that they was issuing started to run out, people stopped spending. So I had got all these guys because I'm like, okay, it's growing, it's gonna keep growing, and it didn't keep growing. It's kind of like leveled out. So then I had to let go, guys. So it's kind of like it's a challenge, but I don't want to digress too much. But it's a challenge, but it's rewarding.
Yeah, I think that was probably a combination of the stimulus checks and people being at home just looking around like, you know what, I want to fix this, I want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But having the guys that really need the money, like I got a set amount of work, but sometimes it's like, okay, it gets slow and I can't guarantee you. So it's like I don't want to string you along. But the young guys, they good with 3 days, they good with 4 days. If they get the weekend off, they like, cool, I can chill. If they get a day off, they not tripping. Other people, they counting on that money, and I understand because I'm one of them. I'm counting on my money, but I have to budget my payroll to make it make sense for me. And people sometimes my age, and when you work that close to people, when they're your age, they start to count your money and they start to be in your pockets. The younger guys, they watching, but they more like, that's his thing.
They soaking up game.
Exactly. They more so humble.
Well, you know what? We need a lot more brothers like you, that's taking the young guys under their wings and teaching them the game, teaching them a skill. Again, I appreciate you doing this because, again, I saw the confidence on the 2 guys that came. Well, I've had about 4 different ones. I just see the confidence. I'm telling you, if you can see the chest poked out, and it's just like when a man, especially young man, head is held high, and how they speak with the confidence I saw. And I said, you know what? He loves what he's doing. He feels valuable, and they need to feel that. They need to feel needed and valuable. And I'm skilled. I'm an expert. He told me I can do this with my eyes closed. And he said it not even with an arrogance. It wasn't arrogant to me at all.
I'm glad you're telling me that because I don't be out there with them, so I don't know how they are. I know how they are. They make little comments. They make little slick talk like, "You're better than you now." They say little stuff, but I don't hear I hear feedback. I hear people say they're very respectful. They're very professional. But the confidence thing, that's something that I like because that's really important. That's something that I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? And to know I'm getting that, because my main thing right now is I don't have like a specific like personal mentor, but I told myself that I will be the mentor that I want to other people until that personal mentor comes. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that will be or whatever situation that would be. So it's actually happening, and I don't even know it's happening, but it's actually happening.
and you can see that through them. I know I did. So let's get into Against All Odds.
Okay.
The book, let's touch on the book. What made you decide, what, I need to put my story in writing? What brought this on?
Okay. First, I'm an avid reader. I
Let us
read.
see. Let us see the book. Let us see the book.
Oh yeah. So that picture.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. My bad. Hold on. My bad.
No problem. That picture is actually my prison ID, and I feel like that's the best picture to describe Against All Odds. So that's what I. Against All Odds. It's a song from Tupac. It's one of my favorite songs of his. It's on his last album before he passed away. And what made me write the book is because I'm an avid reader, and I felt like I read so much and I understand how putting a book together works. I want to write my own. I feel like my story was interesting enough. I feel like my story can motivate and inspire. So I felt like, and the challenges that I went through, I feel like it was a good enough story so that I can put it down on paper. And I want to just put it on paper and give it to the world. Now, this first book, I like it, but there's a lot of things that I could have did better with it. I'm a very heavy critic on myself. So it's good, but it's a lot of stuff that could be better.
You did a read too, I saw.
Maddie.
So I saw you doing a remix to the book. I saw that. So you did a remix to the book. Yeah.
And I want to have it as an audio this time because I know a lot of people are more into audio now. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, my motivation for the book was just to tell my story. And I like reading, so I wanted to write my own book. I read all the time. I read a lot of books.
I want to read an excerpt, which is actually on the intro. And the intro got me, like, that was like, on the intro, I only highlighted one part of the intro. And it says, something I made part of my routine since I began my $1 million mission. And I was like, he saw this at 4 a.m. in Cerritos, California, when that alarm went off. The way you were operating in that time, you still had a structured schedule, but you were laser focused on that $1 million mission. And look at you today, 2021, doing the damn thing.
Right. So I'm a big person on, speaking yourself or life into existence.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically wrote that book with the intention of writing myself into my future. So I started off where I want to be, build from the top down, how you taught, and basically in the schools that I've come up in, you build from the top down. Just like let's say, for instance, the pyramids, or say, for instance, your life, same thing. You build from the top down. They say how they built the pyramids from the top down. They knew where they wanted to end. Right. So they knew where they wanted to begin. So I started my book where I want to end, as a millionaire. I didn't write the book as a millionaire. I started it writing it where I wanted to be.
But it was a mindset too. It was a mindset. It was also a vision. Also, you're originally from the Chicago. All right, and made your way, your family down here to the West Coast, Long Beach. I'm not from Long Beach, but I moved to Long Beach at 19 years old, and I stayed there till 28 when I purchased my place. So yeah, my daughter went to Long Beach Unified School District her whole life, graduated from Poly. So yeah, we know you, Long Beach.
Okay. And so, two things. First, you rocking your gear. You know what I'm saying? You got the logo. And when I was creating the flyer, I'm just really getting started with my graphic design skills and all that. So I couldn't figure out how to turn the white boy black, but I really wanted to turn the white boy black on the logo. I was like,
that's all I don't know why it came out so light. It's a little bit darker. Like, look at my hat.
Exactly. I see it on the hat. But the logo that I got,
he was a little milky.
He was a little light skin. I was like, this is the black business showcase, man.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing. I did that on purpose. It actually was basically a white character, and I did that on purpose because I knew, as a so-called black man, that going into the field and going in there doing the work I was doing, seeing my logo and my brand before they seen me, I had to hook them in. So they would assume that I was something else.
Working for somebody else.
And once I came in, I can prove myself once I get there. I'm in your house now. Now you gotta let me do it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was bold enough to say, "Oh, Jerome, I didn't order a Jerome." You know what I'm saying? But I got there and I did my job. They're like, "Oh, you actually," and it's like, "Okay, I actually know what I'm doing." Yes, I do. But that was the hooker. I'm always about strategy. So a lot of people was telling me, "Why you ain't black? Why you ain't black?" It's strategy. Don't get it twisted. I know who I am and I know what I represent. But I'm more about strategy. I need to get in the door first. And that's what I tell my guys. Let's get in the door. They already wrote us off. They already know they already feel like we can't do nothing. So let's get in the door and then prove ourselves. And if we prove ourselves, it's going to be undeniable. And every time I get into the door, I'm undeniable every time.
It's chestnut checkers. And they do it to us too, because a lot of times it'll be an Asian-owned place, and they'll have a black girl in the front, or they have somebody black in the front. You know what I'm saying?
It's plenty of Asian-owned buildings over here or stores over here that got chicken, but it got Hispanics all through it, and you would think it's owned by them, and it's not. But you will see like a flag somewhere in the corner, and that's who owns it. And that's what I'm about. I'm about the ownership part. The visuals, whatever. Who owns it?
Exactly.
You know, who runs it? I am. So as long as I know it, I don't have to broadcast it per se. It should be known, and it's a time and place for it to be known. But I'm all about strategy. Let me get in the door. Get me in the door. You'll find out.
Black business doesn't mean that you can't do business with other people. It doesn't mean that you can't hire other people from other communities to work with you. You know what I'm saying? It just means that it's black owned at the end of the day, just like you said.
That's all.
Just like you said.
Which is what we need more of. You know, we don't have enough ownership in our communities. And so that's why, you know, his story and me only going to him for certain services, you know, I make it my point. Sometimes for me, even if it means driving a little further or even spending a little more, I don't mind doing that because I understand that we don't have enough of it and they need my support more than anybody. And so for anyone, you know, out there, you know, listening, go out your way sometime to support a black business because again, there's not enough of them and they need our support. It's up to us to keep every black business that's not doing janky service, you know, but for sure, you know, in business, it's our job to keep them afloat. So that's why it's important for us to have guys like Jamaal on the show to tell the stories, to inspire, right? Because I'm still on the plantation right now. I hope you know, get there, you know, where I don't have to be on the plantation anymore, you know, but I want to inspire other people that have a dream, you know, to put in that work like you did, read certain books and dedicate your time at work, but also understand what the ultimate goal is and put in the work. And sometimes that means no sleep, right? That means not hanging out with your friends, whatever that means. Get to where you're trying to get first, and then you can, you know, eat the fruits of all that labor. I look at you and your wife, you know, you're going out riding horses. I'm like, you know what? She deserves that. He deserves that because they built, you know, they probably went through who God knows what to get to this point. And you're supposed to enjoy that right now.
Like, just for example, I used to work as a machinist. My schedule started at 4:30 and it ended at 1. I would go to work in my work uniform. I made my uniform for the cleanup man the same color as my work uniform, so I didn't have to change my pants. I would just change my shirt. So my colors for my uniform at work was powder blue shirt, navy blue pants. Cleanup man at one point had a navy powder blue shirt. I don't remember. If you go down my Instagram, you'll see back in the day was powder blue. So I would have a powder blue cleanup man shirt, and at the end of the day, I'll put that on, go and do jobs. Now I got a physical labor job, and then like the Rich Dad Poor Dad, go to work, mind your business. That's the schedule. That was the time I was on. Go to work, mind your business. So I got off and did that. Weekends, I would do that. So I'm working 12 hours a day or more every single day.
7 days a week.
Right. And I'm putting in the work. And I'm telling guys when I get back and they say, what did you do for the weekend? I said, I worked. What did you do? I had a barbecue with the family. I went to the beach. What did you do? Oh, I worked.
And that also reminds me of one of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings, where he says, we talked about the steal away method. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While you at work, you stealing away. You know, you putting some of that money to the side to fund your business. You know what I'm saying? You don't plan on being there forever.
It was getting so crazy. I started to get in trouble at my job for handling my business at my job. And it was funny to me because I'm like, man, I got to slow down. But it's like, do I? You know, what am I really here for? Am I here to run my business, or am I here to make them rich? I'm doing it all at the same time, but eventually one of them going to have to give. And they start to bump heads. My business was getting demanding and my job was demanding too. So it was like, okay, do I put the business down to save my job, or do I go with my business? Well, obviously, I got to go with my business. That's what I built it for. This is my source of freedom. This is my key to my freedom. And that's what gave me the strength to leave. But yeah, it was bumping heads. I was on that whole little process that Elijah Muhammad was talking about. I was in there, but I was using all my time to run my business. I was answering phone calls at my job. I was doing crazy stuff. I should have got fired.
But your work ethic was what kept you there.
Yeah, but just to talk about work ethic, I came in there in a shop that was completely union shop. Guys been there 10, 14, 20 years, only knew their own job, because in that union stuff, it's a lot of politics. So, you know, I ain't supposed to, I ain't doing nothing my job description don't say I should do. I got in there and I learned every machine within 1 year in that job space. And they like, why are you doing that? You know, you ain't got to do that. You know, they got to do that. I was like, because look, man, I'm not here for the same reason y'all here for. You know, I'm going to give more because I'm trying to get more, not from here for myself. I'm trying to challenge myself to be different, because I've always slacked and wanted to ask for more while I was slacking. I've never gave more. So with this new mentality, it was like, let me give more. Whatever they ask me to do, I'm going to do it.
Right. Let me also, you're getting more skills. You're looking at this is a skill that I'm going to take with me when I leave.
Indeed. Because how you do one thing is how you do all things usually. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be slacking on the job, you're going to be slacking in your business as well.
Exactly. You know so I learned everything on the floor, and I learned everything I can do in the fields for my business. Same mentality. I just switched it to myself. And what really motivated me was if I put the same 40-hour of effort into my business, I can quadruple what they trying to give me.
Right.
Facts. Listen.
Something about your freedom, and one of my questions to you was, what does freedom mean to you?
1 second before you answer that question, family. This is a great conversation. I need y'all to smash that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you could get notified whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love to Godcast. And this is our Black Business Showcase edition, and we chopping it up with our brother Jamaal Lucas. And I definitely want you to answer these questions, but just to go back a little bit, because I want people to be clear about the screen, about your name versus your pen name. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about the book a little bit earlier, and so, you know, like I said, we chopping it up with Jamaal Lucas, owner of Clean Up Men Inc., but the pen name is Eli Bay. So talk about that a little bit. Well, and then what was? Do you remember the question that she just asked?
Yeah. About
I can read.
All right, so the floor is yours.
All right, so Eli Bay basically is my alter ego. I'm just gonna put it as simple as I can say. It's like an alter ego. Eli Bay is me. It's who I aspire to be. I could say it's my higher self that slowly manifesting. And the reason why I don't have that name yet is because I'm manifesting it. You know, when I feel the time is right, I will completely change my name. And no, I'm not affiliated with any organizations. I don't have any oaths. I don't have any agreements with anybody. This is a personal journey.
Right.
I didn't read everything from the Bhagavad Gita to the Quran to the Bible to the message to the Black man in America to Man Kemp to everything. I'm on a personal journey. But this name is to let you know what time it is with me. That's simply all it is. It's my alter ego, and it's let you know I know what time it is. For those that know, if you know, you know.
You know. I brought it up in the beginning because I know.
I'm far from sleep. That's all I'm trying to say. I know what time it is. I'm not gonna be belligerent. I'm not finna argue with you. I'm
No.
not trying to force it down your throat. Just know I know what time it is. I definitely know what it is. That's it.
Sister Colette, the name of the book is Against All Odds. The pen name is Eli Bay, and the book can be found on Amazon.
There it is right there. There it is right there. Available on Amazon right now. Y'all make sure y'all go get that. Support this brother. I see a lot of people in the chat are inspired. Shout out to Mama Love. She said, just in case nobody told you today, you are an inspiration, good brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Much respect coming on, sharing your story with us, man. This is a dope conversation right here, man. I'm inspired myself, and I feel a little bit like a sucker because I had to call my neighbor to come put my damn TV up. I'm a grown ass man.
Hey, look, I put mine up probably 11 years ago. I didn't have time to do it when I put mine up, but I figured it out. But it's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
You could have did it.
I got it now. Yeah.
Okay, so your question was freedom. You said, what about freedom?
What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom is options.
Oh, I like that.
Absolutely.
Freedom is.
Absolutely. I just posted that like a couple days ago. I love it.
And you know what? I didn't see it, so I ain't played it right.
No, I ain't saying that.
We on the same wavelength. We on the same wavelength. But it's
I want to write that down.
Options, man. It ain't a dollar amount. It ain't an object. It's options. If you got options, you free. And that was the whole thing. One thing I took that it was hard for me to understand about building wealth and being rich or whatever, saying you're wealthy, is they said rich people buy time, they don't sell it. I was like, what the hell would that mean? Buy time? How do you buy time? But this is how you buy time. Y'all probably know, I'm just gonna say it though. I could be out there doing the jobs my guys are doing and reaping 100% of the profit, or I can pay them an hourly wage and be here with my family. I just bought time. And when you always thinking about the next dollar you make, you're sitting up there, you're selling your time. Time is the real asset. So when I understood that, that's when the game changed. I'd rather have my time than the money. So if I could make a way to where I can still get the money to support me, but still have the time, I'm going to buy my time. Okay, so that's the major motivator. I got 5 kids, man. Well, you've seen 3. One is hiding, and then it's an older one. But
let me know if you want to get a full court, because I got 5 too. You know what I'm saying? we can get it popping.
I done made my contribution to the community. I'm done. But I want to be in all their lives. I like being around them. I like seeing them laugh. And it's real simple things that make my heart smile. So when I can be here and see them, I love that. So it's like you can't get that if you don't have the time. It's just really what it is. So I bought my time so I can have that. People be like, oh, so we can go on these fancy vacations. It really ain't. I'm doing that. I want to do that, but it's really just about those moments.
Quality time.
Yeah, that quality time. That's quality time, man. That's
homework with your babies, reading to them, making sure that you can put them to bed versus them being asleep when you get home.
Exactly. And I did go through that. See, so I got a chance to go through all those phases. With my earlier years, I was still in the workforce and I was working all the time. So I got to see how I wasn't taking them to school, how they would be like, when daddy coming home? I got to see that part. Even when I left my job and I was running my business by myself, when I had to do it by myself, I was out there doing most of the work. So I was basically outside every day working like 12 hours a day.
Okay. You home now?
Yeah. She does. Oh.
I love it.
Okay, so that, you know what I'm saying? So I got times when I wasn't there. So I knew what I was working toward. That was my motivation. I want to be here. I want to sit down and be able to still run my business, but still be able to see them smiles and hear them be so excited about candy and stuff like that.
Man.
So can we also talk about Vibe 90 Plus?
Oh, okay. Hey, babe, bring me a bottle.
Hold on, put her on the
Oh,
spot. You're not
that-
even right.
well, that's the wife. That's the wife business.
That's
Okay, 'cause that's the same question I
actually
had. Same question I had in my head.
so she's the cook, but see, I'm the one with the business savvy, so I put my magic behind it, but she's the one who brings it to life. So she has been we okay. So first off, we vegetarians. Everybody in my house. Okay, we don't eat nothing with a face. We working towards the vegans, but vegan is kind of hard because sometimes I like cheese, so it's getting.
Yeah.
I'm slowly taking it out, but I'm
The
still
cheese
eating.
is the beast.
Yeah. So we vegetarians, and we've been experimenting with a lot of different herbs and stuff to add to our diet. And one of the things that we added was sea moss. I knew about sea moss from working in a refinery with a lot of guys from the islands. And what sea moss is a seaweed, and basically it's a seaweed that basically grows naturally in the Atlantic Ocean around like the Virgin Islands and places like that. But the special thing about it is it's like a superfood. So it has 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs in it. So it's basically a superfood, and you could take it like a supplement. You could basically take it, a couple tablespoons per day. You could throw it in a smoothie. You could throw it in oatmeal. You can fruit infuse it. You can do whatever. So my wife makes a fruit infused sea moss, and it's this one right here is pineapple flavor, and this one is strawberry kiwi. So that's our other business that we're in.
What's the name of the business, brother?
It's called Vibe 90 Plus.
Oh, okay. Do you guys have a separate website for that? Are you taking online orders? What you got going on?
We do have an Instagram page, and it is Vibe 90 Plus LLC.
Vibe with two eyes.
Vibe with two eyes. Vibe 90 Plus LLC.
Give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
Hey, y'all can keep chopping it up. I'm gonna find this in 1 second.
Okay, it's a fairly new business, but we're not new to sea moss. We just bringing it to the world because my wife was making it. People was tasting it. Was like, oh, this is good. Typically, people don't like sea moss because in its natural form or when it's first blended and made into gel, it has a very unique taste and texture that we are not accustomed to. So she fruit infused it to make it more easier to digest so our kids can take it. And it tastes like a texture of applesauce. That's how she makes it. And she makes it with a little fruit, strawberry sometimes, kiwi. And it's been doing good. We have a good response to it. We have right now we have a consignment contract with my one of my homeboys that got a water store. So we sell it at the water store. We also ship it. And
repeat the Instagram handle for me. Repeat the Instagram handle for me.
Vibe 90 Plus LLC. Vibe with two eyes. Vibe 90 Plus LLC. And the water store is in Compton.
Okay, so right by me.
It's right on Long Beach Boulevard, in between Rosecrans and Compton Ave. Compton Boulevard, and it's right on Elm Street in Long Beach Boulevard. It's in a little plaza. A little rough, but it's cool. Everybody's cool over there. My boy being a staple in the community. He's actually running for council member, that one that runs that water store. So
yeah, Compton needs some good council folks to help the city for sure.
Yeah. So he has it in his store as well as having his alkaline water. So yep. Everybody just, getting together, trying to use their skills and abilities to the best they can and give whatever they got to offer to the world. That's what she has to offer. If you read her story on this page, you'll find out about her background and what she's been through to get to this point. And this is how she's gonna, introduce and make her imprint on the world through this business. And I'm just helping her. That's what I do. I told y'all we
work.
Exactly. And she's like the left brain and I'm like the right brain. I'm gonna crunch the numbers, or I think it's opposite, but I'm gonna crunch the numbers and she's gonna do the dreaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring the dream to reality.
Love it. Absolutely. I've been watching you from the beginning of your journey. So to see you growing with Cleanup Man, and to see, you and your wife, in this extra business that you have going on, I want to see y'all win. Y'all will win. And I just say, congratulations. I love to see Black faces winning. And y'all winning right now.
Oh, we definitely are.
Winning right now. And I love that.
We definitely are.
And family, listeners, family, please make sure you also support Vibe 90 Plus. Put your order in if you're here in Cali, in the Los Angeles, Long Beach, Compton areas.
Yep.
Hit up the the store. So if everything is on the IG page, by the way, the location in which you can get it, also how you can order it for pickup or delivery. Make sure you guys tap into Vibe 90 Plus LLC on Instagram.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. And also, I want to share your website as well for the cleanup business. So let me pull that back up. Let me
Definitely.
pull that back up. And again, family, make sure y'all hit the like button, share this out on your social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? If you're inspired by this broadcast right here, make sure you support us. Hold on, let me pull this banner up. Make sure y'all give me one damn second here.
Well, well,
All right, boom. Can y'all see that or no? No, y'all can't see it yet.
no.
Boom. Let me get that on the screen. Boom. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Here
There we
you
go.
go.
All right. And so, boom. So again, you're in the Long Beach area, correct?
Yep. Long Beach, the whole LA County.
All
I was
right.
going to also ask you that. So, I guess, do you service, say, or Riverside or San Bernardino counties? Or are you strictly Los Angeles County?
We are LA, IE, and OC. IE just has a different pay rate just because of the distance, because we based in Long Beach, so it's about an hour away. But yeah, we definitely hit LA, IE, and OC. I call them my golden triangle. Them the areas that we focus on.
Awesome. All right. So you guys, LA, IE, OC. All
Yes.
our LA people, you know what that means. Orange
Yep.
County,
Yep. Yep.
Inland Empire, and
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles County areas.
Yep.
Yeah. And so this is the website. Y'all can book them online. All the contact information is here. Even the social media links and hours of operation and everything is here. So make sure y'all support this brother, man. Everybody that's out there in that area, in that part of the country. You know what I mean?
And
You're doing
also support the book. Don't forget the book, again on Amazon. So don't forget to support the book. We want to support everything that he and his family does and put out because he's professional. He deserves to win. And we, as his Black digital family, are going to make sure that they win because that's our job.
Definitely. Definitely. I appreciate that.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Now I wanted to ask you about your social media platform because I've been watching your Instagram and all of that, and that's what I do. You know what I'm saying, as a content creator and all that. And a lot of people who are in businesses similar to yours, whether it be truck drivers or plumbers or people who have to be more hands-on and at the location, they don't have a digital product or whatever. Sometimes they don't see the importance of having an Instagram or having a social media presence in order to attract clientele. So talk about how social media has benefited your business, because I know Nicely said she found you on social media. So,
Yeah.
talk
Social
about that.
social media changed the game for my field because of the fact that I can reach more people at one time, and also because I can actually show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and I can interact with you as I'm doing it. So when I got introduced to social media, I was only advertising the old school way, which is flyers in parking lots, flyers at laundromats, where you get another 100 other carpet cleaners on the same board and you hope you get picked. So at this point, you probably reaching 100 people on your best day a day. But when I seen the effect of social media where you could reach thousands of people per day or even more, I was like, well, let me start learning. And again, it was something that I learned as I did it. If you go back to my history, because I ain't erased my first posts, I was rough at it. I had to learn the apps to help me make better posts. I had to learn what do people want from me by posting. I made it my business to make a posting schedule. I made it my business. I'm big on branding. So I made it a business to be repetitive in what I did and to be uniform in what I did. Meaning that if my colors is green, then my background colors and my post is green. Everything I have to do with me, with the cleaning, I'm going to make sure I make it that way. So that took place, and I started learning how to do that more as I started learning how people responded to certain things. I learned that, people like drama and people like your personal life more than they like your business per se. So I said, okay, let me throw a little bit of my personal life in it, because at first I wasn't on there. I never had a personal page. I only had a business page. But I was like, let me be more transparent, because when they know the story, at the end of the day, your business is an extension of you. So they need to know you to know the business. So I start putting myself on there, and I start putting my wife on there, and I put my kids on there. That only enhanced the likes and the follows. And then what I really did to grow on social media was attach myself to other brands that had large followings before people was paying for ads and posting you. And I was attaching myself to people that had 50,000, 20,000 followings. I would do jobs for them and just ask them. And when they repost me, it'd be a flood of new followers and a flood of new people that wanted service. And when I did that a couple of times, it just started boosting me. And I began to be known on Instagram. So I just worked it. I just worked it slowly. It wasn't no overnight thing. I just worked it, learned from my mistakes, posted some bad posts, posted some good posts, figured out my rhythm, got my own rhythm of how I post, and I just stick to doing my thing.
Now, for those of y'all that don't know, he just gave y'all some great game on branding yourself, on utilizing social media to increase your business, whatever it is you got going on. Because you talked about the branding part and being consistent. Because a lot of times people think consistency means strictly just posting every day. But no, being uniform, you know what I'm saying, with your posts. You know what I'm saying? Choosing the right colors. You know what I'm saying? If you got your stuff set up a certain way, you stick to that script. If you're using certain fonts, certain type of letters on your stuff, you stick to that. That's part of the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Then he said he had a schedule. You know what I'm saying? He said he had a schedule. So he being intentional about when am I going to post? What time am I going to post? He was looking toward his audience to see what they wanted. What do people want to hear from me? And he started to integrate his story. Because a lot of times people don't buy your products, people don't buy your service. There's other people out, there's other handymen out there, there's other cleaning services out there. But why am I going to support you? It's because I feel this brother. I can relate to this brother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got kids, I got kids. Oh, he black, I'm black. Oh, he got knowledge of self, I got knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? When people start to get to know you, that's what make them want to support your business, buy your products. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that was some great game right there. I appreciate you dropping that on the family, brother.
Well, initially for me, when I reached out to him, it was only because he was black. and after a while, after getting the service and how great the service was, I was like, okay, well, whatever he does, I'm going to support. When I need something done, I'm only going to call him. And when I get a call from someone, hey, do you know someone that does such and such? Oh, yeah, I do. I know this guy right here. So that's how it was for me. But off the rip, it was because he was black.
Right, and I'm with that. That's my anchor. That's my hook. But I want to say something else about marketing. What I said earlier was repetition. A lot of people in this day and age think they need to create constantly new content all the time. I repeat a lot of my posts a lot, and there's a reason why. I'm not looking for the like count or the view count. I know it's going to go down as I post 3-4 times, but even though it goes down, this is the subconscious game I'm playing. Once you're not paying attention, I got you because you've seen it. And that's the reason why most companies will run one marketing campaign 1,000 times. You think they care about how you feel about it the 1,000th time you see it? They really do care about that 1,000th time more than that first time. Because that first time you see it, it was like, oh, whatever. But by that 1,000th time, it's in your subconscious. It's in you.
Yes, sir.
So I'm putting myself on your subconscious. And what today's people don't do enough of is you have to repeat it. Because our attention span is so slow and things are moving so fast, they don't catch it just because they've seen it the first time. They don't catch everything in it.
I definitely want to add on that because that's a great point as well, man. Because a lot of people miss this, and a lot of people think, like you said, that once you post something, like for instance, me, I do music, you know what I'm saying, amongst other things. But I'm a musician, I'm a hip hop artist, and so a lot of people think once they post their song or once they post their video, they can't say it again.
I said Jamaal is a rapper too, by the way.
Okay. I ain't know that part. Okay, I ain't know that part. I got to get the book. Available right now on Amazon, family. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think once they post their video or once they post their song, they can't post it no more. But look how many times the radio is playing a song every day.
Over and over.
Ain't nobody else gonna play your shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep posting my joint. And it's the same thing like when you're trying to build a mailing list, and you know what I'm saying, because you never know what's going to happen with social media. So it's important to have a mailing list to be able to contact and re-advertise to your customers. You know what I'm saying? And so think about the companies that you're subscribed to, Amazon or whoever it is. They send you emails every other day. You know what I'm saying? And so people think, I don't want to send too many emails. I'm going to get on their nerves. Man, you need to stay on people's mind. You need to stay front of mind. You need to have your brand front of mind. Nobody else ain't going to do it. So you got to do it. You and your team. You know what I'm saying?
You actually want to get on their nerve. You want to evoke some kind of strong emotion because that's the only way you're making an imprint. If you don't get an emotion out of them, you're not making an imprint. So if like I said earlier, if they're not paying attention, they actually ain't paying attention. They're just not paying attention with the immediate conscious. Subconscious is registering everything. They don't understand that they subconscious see everything, even if they're not paying attention. And see, that's the power of marketing. That's why all the major companies, they constantly push it in your face because they know that your subconscious is paying attention, even when you're not looking at it. You registering it, and it's being embedded in you that this, like McDonald's and cheeseburger, they're synonymous. That was embedded in you. If you ever had one or if you never had one. Michael Jackson and moonwalking, it's embedded in you. Everything is embedded in you because you didn't seen it and you didn't heard it from one thing to another thing, and it's constantly being pushed. When you stop paying attention, or when they stop paying attention, that's the best time because that's when it's penetrating into their subconscious. So I repeat all my marketing because I'm not looking for the immediate response. I'm looking for to not pay attention, and now your guards are down, and I'm in your subconscious now. Now I'm talking to the place I want to talk to. Right. It's going to stick where you're going to come back and where this was going to happen. The first time you think about getting a TV put up, you're going to think about me. Unconsciously. The first, like you said about your music, if you post it about 10 times, I'm going to listen to it. If you post it one time, I'm not going to listen to it. I don't care how good you are. The reason why is because I'm that first initial time, I'm just going to swipe past, probably, depending on my mood that day. If you post it 10 times, guarantee I'm going to listen to it. Guarantee. Whether I like it or not. Because it's going I didn't seen this. What's going on here? Boom. Let me get it. Let me listen to it. Let me check this out. Repetition is key. So that's the thing with social media, to use it as a tool to be my own like commercial and to repeat and just shove it down your throat until you just like, oh, okay, he clean carpet. I need my carpet clean up, man. You wake up thinking clean up, man. You see a green outfit every time you think about carpet.
Exactly. Man, that's great, man. That's like I said, man, you're doing everything with so much intention behind it and strategy behind it. And that's what's necessary. You know, we can't just go about business haphazardly and just winging it and then not understanding why you're not getting the results. You know what I'm saying? So you talked earlier about how you took your time to study those who are successful. You're reading books, you're looking at documentaries. You know what I'm saying? Success leaves clues. Leaves clues. So study those who are successful and pick up on those clues. Take what you could use for yourself, and whatever you can't, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Chew the meat and spit out the bones. But again, this has been a great conversation. I know, you got any final questions you want to ask before we get out of here, Nicely?
If you were in mine or Sincere shoes, what question or questions would you ask yourself that we did not?
Good one. What did we leave out?
Nothing really. I feel like I just said a whole lot. I don't know. I feel like I got everything out pretty much. I feel like the questions that was asked was they led to a string of conversations. So it kind of, you know, you didn't have to ask it. It kind of led to it. So it was kind of good. I feel like I said everything I need to say.
So why don't you just plug your social media, let them know where they could get the book, all of that type of stuff, you know, your website, everything like that. One more time, let them know.
Clean Up Man Inc. We are in California. Just in case you're not in California, we're in California in the Long Beach area. We service LA, IE, and OCs, these 3 counties that are right next to each other. We do carpet cleaning, TV mounting, furniture assembly, painting, and even moving jobs. The website is Clean Up Man Inc. Man, MEN Inc.com. You can book online. You can also book via the DMs. The book is Against All Odds by Eli Bay. That's how you're gonna find it. It has to be Eli Bay. It's on Amazon and paperback and ebook version. Uh, you can get whatever version you want. The print is kind of small in the paperback, so if you need something that's a little bit bigger, the ebook will be good for you. I am doing a revised version, so get ready for that. The revised version is going to have not just my story and the story of building a business, but my business tips, my financial tips, my book list of books that you need to read that I've read, the people that I follow and listen to that has me having the mind that I have, because I'm a strong believer in you become what you study. So I've studied the people that I want to become. So I want to give people that same opportunity to study those same people if they want to make a drastic change in their paradigm. And I got that all coming in this new book without a date. I don't have a date yet, but it's coming soon. So until
we'll be following.
You could definitely get the book that's out right now. That's on Amazon. But the new version will be coming soon.
And when that book is ready, we would love to have you back to help you promote it as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? I know people got a lot of value out of this. And if you guys did get some value out of this conversation tonight, make sure you support the platform. You know what I'm saying? See the Cash App right there on the screen. You know what I'm saying? We definitely trying to build.
I'm definitely gonna tap in. This is a hidden gem right here, man. This is a hidden gem right here.
Thank you.
Definitely
appreciate that. This is only our second episode. You are second guest.
I know.
You know
I see. I'm like, what's she getting into? I'm like, I know. I'm like, what's she doing over here? And then when I got it, I'm like, oh, okay, and I like it. It's a good energy. Y'all are a good match. Balance the energy.
Thank you.
Balanced on the show. This is real good. This is where it's at too, man. I wish I could do a podcast type of thing. But
yo, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that you and your wife definitely need a podcast. You already talking
page. That's what we want to focus on. But I don't know which. I think, basically
a vlog podcast, because y'all working out, y'all doing the healthy food stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you incorporate all that. It's content. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just being y'all natural selves. But you just gotta film it and edit it, and you know what I'm saying, make it look fly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all definitely got some great content over there, and that can add to what you already got going on. You could get sponsorships, you know, the tools and stuff that you use. People might want to buy those things. Or what do you use for this or that? And the third, you could get affiliate links that you could put inside the description. You know what I'm saying? Where they buy it through you, and you get a percentage off of that. That's another stream of income right there. So, you know, definitely
need to tap in. Need to have a conversation with you too, brother.
He's teaching me this whole. He's the one teaching me the digital real estate game, because I was green, and when we had this conversation about doing this, the first thing I said was, I'm so nervous. I don't like to talk to people. Like, I can pose, but I don't. And even now, I get nervous. Like right before, I have this nervous, but I'll get through it. I'm learning.
No, y'all did good. And I like the whole concept of the show. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got to be out here like they, Dan Rathers or something. You just got to be natural.
Exactly. This nigga, he said Dan Rathers. This nigga, he older than he look.
I'm seasoned.
Yes. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We getting some good feedback in the chat. They loving the energy. They loving the information. You know what I mean? So yeah, this has been a great one. Another great one.
Another great one. Number 2.
So go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, say that.
I'll be tuning in. I'll be tuning into the other episode. So definitely.
Absolutely. Okay. And so if that is all, actually, you got any parting words? You got any parting words that you want to leave the family with?
Hey, just live your truth, man. Just be honest with yourself and let things happen naturally. You already have what you want. The space in between where you at and where you want to be is an illusion. You're already there. Just keep going. It's an illusion. Once you wake up for the illusion, you'll be there. It's two realities you live in right now, but it's one that you're paying more attention to, and that's the one that you constantly experience, and you looping yourself in that experience constantly. You want to change it, just pay attention to the reality you want, and it will naturally change itself. That's what I did. That's what you can do. That's what
Jules.
I love it. I love it. Heavy jewels right there. Heavy jewels right there, man. So once again, thank you, family. Thank you, family, for joining us. This has been another great episode of Sincere Love to Godcast on the Black Business Showcase Edition.
Yes,
And
sir.
remember, we are not the master teachers. We are only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media.
Love that.
Make sure you tune in next week for another great episode as we take you black to the future.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Love it. We got it this time, nicely.
We got it this time. And thank you again, Jamaal, for joining us. Thank your lovely wife for stepping in and with her business. We will, the Digital Black family will make sure that we support you continuously. We'll be supporting your wife's business as well. Anything else new come up, hit us up. Of course, you know, we got you.
Definitely. I appreciate it, and love is returned. Definitely.
All right, family. Peace. Y'all have a good night.
You guys. Good night.
Same to you.